everybody, welcome to Cinema Trailer News. My name is Chris, and this is another spoiler review for The Last of Us Episode A. Now, once again, this show stays very close to the source material, even down to some of the shots. It's amazing. But here there are three elements that greatly change the feel of this chapter. Number one, in the game, when David and Ellie are waiting for James to return, they actually are attacked by a swarm of infected and work together to find the infected, which complicates Ellie's connection with David. Muddies the water to whether he's or not a good or bad guy at that point in the conversation. Now, interviews with the actor who did David's mocap, video game legend Nolan North, and he clarifies so that romantic interest that David has on Ellie, I think is explained here a little bit better. And David having some messed up idea that is up to him to repopulate the earth. And speaking of video games legend, that's Troy Baker. It's James. He's the OG Joe. That's Joe from the game. And Troy Baker is a legend in the world of the video games, and he's done so many great famous games that I'm sure even those who don't play games have heard of him. So I was really surprised that he has so few lines in these episodes. I was like, you guys making it seem like Troy Baker can act, and I heard him do a lot of voiceover. He can act. So that was weird. Maybe he's not good at the face acting because he did mocap and he does voice work. And I don't know, but I thought it was really surprising, and he was great in this episode. And then 3, David comes across more as a religious leader to me and not the cult leader that David is in the game. It's hard to understand, at least to me, why that group just doesn't shoot David, because we see a lot of hack, a lot of stick and no carry in terms of how he's running the group. And I was like, well, what does David do that's good? Because I'm just seeing a lot of bad, and also at least not all as charismatic in my opinion. I think right away you're like, this guy is creepy. And in the game, what I believe based in my experience playing the game made David such a surprise that he seems like a cool dude, and then he turns out to be a monster. So what are the themes of these episodes besides really messing Ellie up physically and mentally? Well, once again, this show continues to be quite impressive because this stuff is amazing and genius. So Davis said he got the idea for his core not from religion or God, but from the codices, the infection, which is amazing, right? He gets into the minds of his cult member, and his words are like thunders that come out of the mouth of the infected. Get it? Words comes out of the mouth too. Oh, I love that. And now, just like the infected, the mindless follow his directive. Just like the human who are infected with the cordyceps do the will of the cordyceps. Oh, I like that a lot. This episode, for the first time, we truly meet Doc Joe. As The Last of Us, I feel, starts to slowly verifying the character, or do they? The great songs of this show, I think, is why many people like it so much, and I find it very appealing as well, because I don't think this action verifies Joe, but I think it creates a debate. To me, this show has taken me into the emotional journey of Joel and Ellie. I gone from an episode 4 saying that maybe they didn't have to kill that guy to like, you should definitely kill those twisted brainwashed mofos to take them out, Joe. And to me, Joe goes all Batman in this episode. And I love the shot of Joe in the snow with all his weapons racing to get Ellie, and it was amazing. And I thought it was fantastic how the show set up Joe still fighting off an infection, but having to and being able to take out 3 dudes. And I was like, Joe, I like this version of you. And we get the return of the Matt trick that was so brilliantly set up early. So when you see it here, you're like, damn, that interrogation scene was exactly like in the game. It was brilliant. And a killer follow up, and I love when the other guy screams and I'm telling you nothing. And Joe cues the guy, and Joe say to the other guy, "It's okay, I believe him." And what a great line, amazing delivery.
Oh. Leave him alone. Oh. You're next. Oh, please. I don't know any girl.
Is she alive? What girl? I don't know no girl.
Jesus! Marco. No.
Fuck! Focus right here, right here. I'll pop your goddamn knee off.
You focus right here, or I'll pop your fucking kneecap off.
The girl.
She's alive.
She's alive. Where?
Where?
The town. The town.
Oh, the town.
What town?
Silver Lake.
Now you're gonna mark it on the map.
You're gonna point to where we are and where your resort is.
And it better be the same exact spot your buddy points to.
And it better be the exact same spot your buddy points to.
Mark it.
It's right there. You can verify it. Go ask him.
Go ask him, he'll tell you. I'm not lying.
I ain't telling you shit.
It's okay.
No.
I believe him.
No.
I ain't telling you shit.
That's all right. I believe him.
No, wait.
And I love that even though Joe could have said earlier, he didn't need to. She saved herself. And through this episode, you can see how well he's trained her over the 3 months time job. She can trap. She's getting better at aiming. She still needs some work. She was a little wild. She can sneak up on people. They even remark on that. They were like, whoa. And I was like, oh, I'm so proud of you, Ellie. And she's super sharp. And the way she discharged the bullets from David and James' rifles, that was like a boss. I was like, Ellie, you're so freaking cool. And when she left to lay down next to Joe, hoping he would die, that was fantastic. And Joe calls her Ellie a baby girl, and that's why he used to call his daughter Sarah. And it's very important that he does that. It shows the emotional transfer is complete. Alright, so when do you know what they were eating? Alright, for me, because I watch a lot of movies and TV, I pretty much knew almost as soon as the episode started. When they told that family that it was too cold to bury Ellie and they will have to do it later, but then as soon as they were like, oh, we can bury him now, but don't worry, we'll bury him later, and then they go out and James and then David are talking that they don't have enough food, and I was like, oh, got it. Obviously, to some degree, this also is a take on the infamous Donner Party, a true story, pioneers in the winter of 1846 to 47 who became stuck in the mountains and had to resort to the same desperate gruesome measures. And I think David wanted to do this. He said he has a violent heart. Also, they dropped the hint that before the apocalypse he was a teacher of kids Ellie's age. Oh, red flags everywhere. So there's dark tendencies where he was always there, but now the civilization has fallen. There's no law to stop him, no society to shame him. He's created his code to support him. So that's where I knew, but I think that they wanted the audience to know during the kitchen scene, because the telegraph that's so hard, why that the woman asked what the meat was, and she asked with that scary look on her face, like, and then the other guy answered that it took so long to answer, and he said he was venison. And then they bring the deer after that, still handsome and not chopped up. And I think that was that Alec they were having for Dana. And I think the court knew the whole time. I think they don't want to admit to themselves. Now, so let's talk about the Ellie's life-changing order in this episode and her trauma. It was very hard. And so when we start the episode, Joe is infected, but luckily when she gets the jump on David and James, anyway, she gets the pencil for Joe. Alright, so I love the way David revealed that she and Joe had killed someone in the group. And that was brilliantly and very scary the way it was done, because it was able to manipulate the situation like that so calmly and effective. Like she thought she was in control and he was in control the whole time. That was really cool. As Elliot went back, and in the game, the meat was stored in the room where she was held in the cage, which makes you wonder what that cage was for, usually. But I thought the e-review was much better for Ellie to find it out what was going on there. And I like the subtlety of that. I thought it was excellent, and the way that was able to stop them from serving her up was by revealing that she was infected. And boy, Ellie, way to hold on your cards until you need them to, and play it at the exact moment. And that gave James and David, but particularly James, just enough pause for her to get away. Well, kind of, because then we have the restaurant showdown, which, just like in the game, is visually stunning. So you have this preacher who likes to say he's created a heaven, but he is really an angel of hell. And I love it. And I love his line that she couldn't be possibly infected because she's fighting too hard to stay alive. And he almost got the better of her, but Elliot managed to defeat him.
Well, let me tell you something. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Stop!
Fucking touch me!
It's me! It's me! It's me! Look! It's me!
It's me.
He tried to...
What an amazing episode. And that event particularly will change Elliot forever. And I will wonder if she can ever go back to what she was before that. So it's a really interesting exploration of this character. Just a fascinating. I just she deserves an Emmy nomination just for this episode alone. And of course, Pedro Pascal has been so great in the role throughout these episodes. So I'm just excited to see the season finale. We only have one episode left, and well, those who play the game, we know what we're in for. So I'm very excited for that. And that's my thoughts on The Last of Us episode 8. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. See you guys later.